All right. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Yeah, this is xthechar with the final run. I'm doing Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, which is a Super Nintendo game. And yeah, let's go. So I'm going to power on. The timing's from power on until the credits. It's called the D, because it literally spells the end. And when the D drops in place, that's when you stop the time. All right, so that's it. Let's start. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so hopefully there's no issues with like the setup, because it's it's over basically. All right, so since the game is in Japanese, I'm gonna try to like tell the story a little bit as we go. So it starts out as any like Mario game does. Princess Peach gets captured by Bowser, and Mario goes to rescue her in Bowser's castle. That's the beginning. So the very first trick actually comes at the very start of the game. So there's like an RNG manipulation you can do, where the very first like encounter, which is mandatory, the enemies like randomly attack or don't attack. But if you do an RNG manip, you can actually control how many times they attack. And if you do it perfectly, they don't attack you at all. So we'll see if I can do it. It doesn't really matter, but it's kind of fun to do. It's like a fun way to like enjoy the beginning of the game. All right, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I am. I'm playing on the old TV. That's what they want to know. The answer is yes. All right. Oh, that might have been late already. Jew Horse, you just...
Sorry.
Yeah, I messed that one up because Jew Horse literally put his hand directly in front of the screen.
Sorry.
But it's okay. Actually, like getting 2 punches is not that bad. So we'll tolerate it. All right, so if you want to go behind me, you can. It's cool. So we're going into the first fight here, which is not really like it's totally scripted. Yeah, move the mouse. It's this one. It's this one. We actually have to move the mouse every like few minutes. Guys, so if you want to do that for us, that'd be amazing. Okay. So here you just have to like jump on this this kink link is what it's called actually, as opposed to Bowser. And at first it's not obvious that you can actually like target the other thing besides Bowser. So if you don't do it for a while, Peach will actually tell you, Mario, the chain, hit the chain. But we already know. So yeah, then there's a little cutscene. So Peach is I'm actually gonna like lower my body because I want to be in line with the TV. So yeah, so Peach is still like trapped, so everything kind of went haywire there. And what's gonna happen is like right now Bowser and Mario are like arguing, of course. Mario jumps up, he's gonna rescue Peach, or so it seems. Peach is like, thank you, Mario, you saved me again. A tale as old as time. But then everything starts shaking. And that's how this game begins pretty much. This is like the weirdest Mario game ever. So like, it doesn't follow any of the standard Mario plots. It's a lot more involved, and there's a bunch of weird characters that never appear in any other Mario game. And it's like, it was co-written by Square, or like co-produced by Square of Final Fantasy fame. So it's kind of an interesting hybrid. So yeah, this giant sword comes down, and that ends up being the enemy, or like one of the enemies you end up fighting. But yeah, I actually truly love this game. Like, as a kid, I thought this was like the coolest game ever. Even with the RNG, honestly, like as far as RPGs go, this game is actually like baby stuff. Like you can beat this game in like 3 hours. Final Fantasy games are commonly like 8+ hours, 10+. Do I what?
Your notes.
My notes? Oh, yeah, my phone. I should probably have it. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're golden. I don't need notes until like later, but there's a couple fights where there's like 8 different strats, and like I don't want to memorize every single one. Like actually, like no SMRPG runners do. I'm also using a turbo controller, which is now like allowed for SMRPG. There's actually no real benefit of using a turbo controller other than just being able to mash text, and like there's a lot of text mashing, so we just kind of skip that part of the game with turbo. So basically, like Toad was at like Mario's house, and he goes, "Dude, what the hell happened? Go figure it out." So Mario goes back to Bowser's Keep, and he sees this giant thing, and this giant thing is like, "Yeah, this is our keep now. Fuck Bowser, he sucks." And he like breaks the bridge down, so Mario runs back. So like most RPGs, like a lot of the beginning is just bullshit pretty much. You just kind of like wade through tutorials and stuff. It's not actually that long, but it's not super exciting. So yeah, we go back, talk to Toad again. It's gonna be pretty like boring for a while. So like in my mind there are like 3 main parts of this game. There's like the platforming, which like is kind of weird for an RPG to have like platforming, but it's one of the reasons why I think this game is cool, because it's kind of a hybrid. Then of course like the battles, like the fights are like an important part. And then like the third thing would be like the glitches. There's only a few, and like none of them are huge, but a couple of them are pretty important. And a lot of them now are like relying on RNG manipulation, which is kind of a fun like new thing. Like a few of the RNG manips we do are like less than a year old, and they're actually not like time savers. All right, here's like a tricky jump. All right, that was pretty cool. So like hopping on that flower without like hitting that Goomba is actually pretty hard. It's not like the end of the world, but you have to always miss like short as opposed to long, because if you miss long, you encounter him, and if you miss short, like nothing happens really. All right, so this is the first fight. It's really straightforward. If you lose time is again just RNG. They have like a special attack that takes like 4 seconds longer than the regular attack, and I got okay, yeah. I got 4 like physicals, which is like perfect pretty much, so that's amazing. The other thing I should mention for people who aren't familiar with this game is that this game has the concept of timed hits. So basically, for every attack that there is in the game, or like most of them at least, like there's a button that you can press while the attack is happening that like increases the amount of damage the attack does. And every attack has a different like window, like a timing window that you have to like know to like make that attack do more damage. And it's like absolutely 100% necessary for the speedrun to like hit like all the timed hits. Alright, so we're gonna sell all of our shit here, buy our first like set of items. Just wanna make sure I don't mess this part up. Alright, so we bought some stuff, and actually like doing like Mario's like menu there skips a cutscene, because if you haven't like done that menu, they do like an extra tutorial about how to like put like equipment on. But we already did it, so it like triggers the game to like think you already know how. So yeah, like the timed hits are really important, and actually like one of the hardest tricks in this game is called like super jumping. So Mario has a special called super jump, and like basically there's like a 3-frame window. So this game is like 60 FPS. So like a 60 FPS frame window where you can keep like jumping over and over and over again up to 100 times. So like if you
like 2 hours into the run, right?
yeah, so it's like an hour and a half like into the run. You have to do it in one try to like the route properly. So it like kills like one of the bosses with like almost like perfect damage, and doing 100 jumps gives you the best item in the game, because you can like talk to a guy later, and if you have done 100 jumps, he gives you this like amazing item, and you need that item as well for the run. So if you like drop jumps and don't get 100, you After I think there are like, yeah, like really only 2 points that you have a chance like to try. Then you just have to like find another enemy and do like the jumps again until you get 100, which loses a ton of time. So like hitting it first try is a huge time save. And it's hard, like a 3-frame window, like after the 13th jump, so it's like 87 3-frame windows in a row, which is not easy.
You really have to concentrate on that.
Yeah, you have to focus. And I mean, but it's like one of those things where like if you speedrun, you understand like if you focus too much, you like psych yourself out and it's like worse. So you have to like be in the right state of mind where you're like not overthinking it. Yeah. So I think it was a pretty successful event. What do you think, Juhorse?
I mean, with a lot of the technical issues, I guess. I mean,
It's actually pretty amazing that
like
with all that stuff.
all of us completed our runs. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean like the one run that wasn't completed.
The Borderlands one, it was RNG. Like
eh,
it was mostly RNG, but who cares? This is the first time we are doing.
It was a valiant effort.
Yeah.
Like.
This is the first time we're doing this event.
So here basically, it's kind of like a little side quest. This purple like crocodile steals this dude's coin who he just met. This guy's name is Mallow. He's one of the like one-off characters in this game, and we're gonna go like find his coin basically. He has a special like frog coin that he was gonna use to buy his grandpa a cricket pie, and he's a total crybaby. That's pretty much all you need to know. So we're gonna chase this crocodile for a little while. So like this whole area looks easy, but if you haven't played it before, it's really easy to hit these enemies. You have to kind of just know the route. And there's a couple like little funny like movement things you have to do. Like this flower, you have to like jump on like the left side of it to have it like push you the right way. Just like a bunch of small things. This run's actually going well so far. This is like on pace for what I would like keep like during a regular like attempt. Yeah. Yeah, like 1140 for like entering that room is like on the lower end of what I would normally get. So this is going pretty well. So there's a star here. I'm gonna like attempt this thing that's called like a dog jump. You'll be able to tell why. Yeah, see, I like jumped off the dog. That's a 2-frame window. Nice, okay. And I opted for 2 extra dogs there just because it's a little bit safer. So like every enemy that you hit with a star like gives you EXP, and you only need like 10 of those enemies there. But if you get 12, it's a little bit safer because you can like miss an enemy on the next star and it's fine. It's not the kind of thing you'd normally miss, but it doesn't really lose any time, so it's not a big deal. Now we're chasing this guy. So like the first half of the game, like Mario pretty much will only use his like jump attack. Every time that you use it, its attack power like increases by a half. So like the more you use it in the early game, the like more like beefed up it gets. So it's an important part of this speedrun strats too. Also, yeah, this boss is super RNG heavy, so we'll see what happens. That's actually like what we want. And as you notice, if he does a physical, I can perfect block it. So I take like 0 damage. That's good. This is going really well so far. We got only physicals from him, which is what we want. Now he's gonna throw a bomb. So if he hits Mallow, he's dead, and I have to. So
Test, test.
All right. So I just did like a safety save there, and now we're gonna do like the first like glitch, which I'll explain after I do it, since there's no timer now. All right, nailed it. So like by like doing that special like movement and like jumping on that dude's head, and then at the peak of his jump, me jumping, I jump over like a barrier, where like if you walk through that barrier, like you trigger this boss fight with this dude. But if you jump over it, you skip the fight completely. So we just skipped the fight. Pretty good. Yeah. I had to like do a safety save there because that fight, there is a strat for it, but I don't actually know it. It's like it loses like 3 minutes. It's really bad. That's like actually the biggest skip in the game. And like people have looks for skips.
This, like, a lot of times.
Dude, because it sucks so much to be in a run and just like fail that trick. Like I've had a couple days where I like failed that trick like 5 times in a row, and that's like a 15-minute
like
thing
so
to get
bad.
to. It's like an hour and a half of your life just like gone. Like you just play like mostly cutscene like 15 minutes like beginning of the game, and then like fail that stupid trick. It's horrible.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, now we are like following this dude back to his home, since we don't really have much else to do and we have no idea like where Bowser is and where like Princess Peach is. So yeah. So actually like coming up, there's like a optional boss like in that chest that's right there. I'm gonna make sure I don't hit anything. There's a boss that you can fight. I'm gonna do this star real quick. And that boss like gives you a decent amount of like EXP and coins, and was like part of the route for a really long time. But I actually like found a strat that like skipped that boss, and it became like the main speedrun like route. So that's like one of my 2 like routing like claims to fame that I've done.
Nice.
I'm gonna save here too. I'm just gonna do like a lot of saving because you never know. It's only like 3 or 4 seconds, and if you like accidentally die, it's pretty much worth it. So yeah, skipping that dude saves like 45 seconds overall, but it increases like the consistency a lot just because of like the routing choices that we made. So it's a good thing. So like based on his next attack, he has like 3 attacks he can do. It changes which route you do. So I got a physical, which is again really good luck. So this is, in terms of luck, I've actually gotten a really good run so far. If I hadn't like messed up like the block on the first boss, this would be a really good run. But I made that one mistake.
I changed the AD, you just refresh. Just refresh, I changed the AD.
Oh, okay, that's actually bad. So like he
Did he just die?
No, he puts a status effect on you there, like
Ooh.
normally, and like normally you want that status effect to go off, because now he can put me to sleep, and like if he like turns you into like a scarecrow, which is the other one, he can't put you to sleep. So like if he puts me to sleep, I can get stuck in like an infinite, but hopefully he won't. Yeah, okay, so I'm scarecrowed now, so I'm safe.
Nice.
It's actually really fast if he like just like physicals you after that, but it's risky because anytime he can sleep you. Oh, I think I mistimed that though,
Nice.
so that's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, I mistimed one of them, so I'm gonna have to attack a few more times afterwards, which is
How much damage do you
really
want to
bad.
have?
I'm like, I think I'm like 5 damage short, so I think a single physical with Mario will do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, okay, not bad.
Nice.
So that's yeah, it's not a great run, but
Good.
yeah, with like the, okay, Mario take, oh, okay, Mario was supposed to take attack there, but it's okay,
Ooh.
doesn't matter. That's,
Take that health.
It's a small optimization actually. It doesn't actually change
Okay,
change the route, so we're okay. I just got like trigger happy with the button. It's late, man. This is like not ideal conditions for speedrunning. This is another stupid mini game. So, I think there are like 3 of these like stupid mini games in the run. This is like another thing where like if you're a casual player, like watching a speedrunner do it is like pretty cool because like I've done this a million times, so I know exactly where like all the like frog coins are. But like as a casual player, like you're just kind of like floundering around. There's like a minecart like thing like later in the run. I think Juhorse has seen it probably.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, it's like it's really funny like watching casual players do it and then watching a speedrunner do it just because it's like not the kind of thing you'd ever practice unless you were a total like loser in speedrunning this game, you know? Like it takes a special kind of person to be like, I'm gonna just grind this stupid ass mini game where Mario like rides a minecart. But it's good.
Didn't Orchlon also did this game as well, like a while back?
Yeah, he did.
He stopped playing it.
Nah, he actually like I think he like gave up like near the end because it's really like super jumping heavy. You have to do like a ton of them.
Yeah.
And he couldn't super jump, and he was playing on a computer with his keyboard, and it was just like a disaster. He was like, yeah, I play every game with a keyboard. I was like, this game,
no.
You can't really, I mean, I'm sure you can do it with a keyboard, but
I'm
it's...
looking at your controls right now, it's like really complicated with all these,
Oh, it's just a turbo controller. I mean, like, actually, like the turbo stuff, I'm sure you could do.
So, as a person who's never played an SNES before, what's this controller all about with the whole sliders?
So all it does is like each of these sliders, if you push it up, it just like, it's as if you're mashing one of the buttons, basically.
Oh, wow.
So I turn the A one up, and I don't have to mash A. Like normally I'd have to be mashing A to like get through all this text, but instead I just like push that slider up.
What?
Yeah, it's just a turbo controller. I mean, it's like a common thing from back in the day, right? Like when like most console-based games like you didn't have like the luxury of a keyboard, right? Whereas like with a keyboard you can do macros, right?
Because that's something. Like I speedrun Silent Hill and I have to mash like every button on the controller for Silent Hill 1, and it's like really painful sometimes.
Yeah.
This controller can be like a lifesaver.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just text mashing and you like feel like that's a big part of the run, like you might want to consider like suggesting allowing turbo. Like the thing is, like the thing with turbo is like for a lot of games, having turbo can make the run a lot easier, right? But like for this, it doesn't actually affect the run in any way except for the text.
Yeah.
So like if like there's a game like where you could use turbo to just make the gameplay itself easier, they probably won't allow it in the speedrun, right? Because they'll be like, no, like that's not like in line with the spirit of the game. Okay, so if you're watching this and you have no fucking idea what's going on, you're probably like, what the hell is this game about? So basically, this dude who's obviously not like a frog or a tadpole is trying to convince you that this guy is his grandpa. And this guy is like basically a sage from this like frog area in the game, right? And he like knows what's up about this like sword. That's what he just like mimed, right? So he's trying to tell you that you need to go to this place called Booster's Tower. I think that's what he says. Or maybe Star Hill. There's like a couple, yeah, okay, I can't remember exactly what he says here, but he's basically trying to tell you that like, yeah, Peach is out there, you gotta go like towards this direction.
Between the English and Japanese is just the text and that's it?
Yeah, like the biggest differences are text. There's a couple other differences too.
Figured enough.
Yeah, so like he's telling you right now that he's telling this guy that he's actually not his grandson and he's not a tadpole and that he should like go with Mario and find his real family. And of course the guy's a crybaby. The guy's like a crybaby, so he started crying. That's like the meme of the game, pretty much. So we're out of here. That's it. So we're gonna go over to this dude and like buy a few items which you can only buy at this particular store. One Sleepy Bomb and one Energizer. So like the Sleepy Bomb we actually don't use until the very end of the game, but the Energizer we will use pretty soon. The Energizer just like multiplies the character's attack by like 1.5, and like during one of the fights, I think the next major fight, like it just like really helps with like an early kill on the boss, like an earlier kill on the boss. So yeah, some like fun movement here, but like nothing special. Let's get a few coins. And then, so this is our first glimpse of Bowser. He's trying to rally his troops. He's been kicked out of his house, his keep, his mansion, whatever you want to call it. So he's trying to rally his troops to like go get it back. But as you can see, he's hasn't got the most robust team, yeah. So yeah, of course you're not gonna make yourself visible in a situation like this. Still doing okay on time. Not amazing, but just gonna buy something and then enter another cutscene. So like this area is probably the most famous area in this game. Like Gino is obtained here. Get a few of these items. Buy 2 fearless pins, which are like really helpful for stopping fear from bosses, which is like the most painful status ailment. It like lowers your defense and your attack at the same time, so it like makes you super vulnerable. So yeah, this is the most famous sort of area in the game. Like this one, and then like the next area, which is called like the Forest Maze, has the most famous music in the game. What, for being asleep?
Oh, the guy beside you. Move your mouse a bit. Move the mouse a bit so it won't like basically.
Oh yeah,
nice.
good call. So yeah, like the Forest Maze has like the Forest Maze like music, which is definitely the most famous like music in this game. So, like this guy has like Mario dolls, right? So he's like, "Are you really Mario?" And you can either be like, "Yes, I'm Mario," and then like jump to like prove it, or you can be like, "No." Usually we're saying no because it's faster, but it's the speed run, so I told the truth. All right, so now he asks you if you want to like play like Mario versus Gino, or like Bowser versus Gino. So he makes you be Bowser. And like at this point, you don't actually know who Gino is, but he's gonna shoot you with the Gino beam, and it's gonna like straight up knock you out, which is pretty messed up if you think about it. Like kids having toys with that like level of power, like Mario's straight up like.
That's adulthood right there.
Yeah, dude. So then the spirit comes down and takes like the body of Gino. The spirit himself is actually not Gino, but for all intents and purposes, it's like referred to and represented by Gino for the rest of the game. So it turns out that like those dudes who like took Bowser's like castle are up to some like pretty serious stuff. So this entity is also concerned about what they're up to and is gonna help you basically. That's how the story goes. So yeah, like normally right around here, I'd like go to the bathroom if I had to. This is like the longest cutscene in the game with no like text. And before we had Turbo, this was like really the only chance to go to the bathroom. So I made sure not to drink too much water since the bathroom's kind of far away.
There's one there, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but like, do you think I really have time to like go all the way out there and come back? It's probably not, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if anyone on the stream heard about the RuneScape player who made an unfortunate decision recently about his grind for some like record. Did you hear about this?
Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Pretty much. All right, I'm gonna do a safety save here because you can like game over really easily in the next area if you mess up. I don't think I will, but yeah. Yeah, apparently this RuneScape player like decided he should just like basically like soil himself while grinding for his his record as opposed to just getting up and going to the bathroom. Very unfortunate. Not a good look. Hit this? So yeah, I have to like jump on these like wiggler things 7 times. For these like frog coins, which help me like buy an item later. and it's like a lot harder than it looks. Like it looks really easy, but it's very easy to like hit the enemy itself as opposed to like jumping on it. And like the visual is not really that reliable, so you just kind of have to know like based on like how they turn, like where you need to like position yourself. I think that's 4. Needs to do 7. 5. It's really easy to like miscount this. 6. This is pretty slow actually. 7. Yeah, this is like a minute 20 slower than my best ever, I think. That's okay. How did I lose so much time though? I guess I had a really bad Balloon fight. Since I like mistimed one of the jumps, that'll do it. Ooh, that guy scared me. Yeah, also this fight, like at the end of this area, it's pretty RNG heavy. You can just game over completely if you get bad luck. It's pretty much the only like the earlier like fights that have that RNG component, since after you can super jump, you can pretty much like 1-hit KO or like 2-hit KO any boss by super jumping. So like it's usually not the fastest way, or like not always like the fastest way, but it's always a way to like beat any boss pretty much. It's not completely true, but it pretty much like prevents you from having RNG based stuff as like a complete game over thing. Yeah, we're just chasing Gino now. So now we enter this. Yeah, this is like the cutscene for the next fight. So yeah, like every boss in this game is like really messed up looking. This guy's like an arrow, like a bow, like an anthropomorphic bow, and his like minions are arrows. So yeah. Yeah, Mario and Gino are technically hiding right now behind that stump. This is the first place where double check my notes. Yeah, it's pretty weird, right? So like Gino comes when he sees like these guys gathering. He's like, I'm gonna take you guys out. This guy's like, I'm gonna take you out, and he like starts like flipping out, like shooting these arrows, and Gino's like, whoa, calm down, buddy. There's like a lot of really good like one-liners in this game, like quotes. I wish I remembered them all. They're pretty funny. All right. So yeah, like Mallow here is showing his true colors. Face plants while he's trying to like run to like catch up with the others. Mentally preparing myself for the fact that I have 2.5 hours left pretty much. Actually more like 2. It's like the last like 11 minutes are cutscenes.
Oh yeah, I forgot the ending.
Yeah, the end has to. How we time this game is like a very like traditional way.
From start to finish. So
yeah, really from start to finish.
When you turn on the console, that's when you started, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
From power on until the D.
It's the last star on.
It's the D.
Oh,
like
yeah,
literally when the
D,
D. Yeah.
And some like the D end, but like. I think we'll tell you when it's time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be pretty clear, I think.
Yeah. Like I watched Char runs this game like quite a number of times, but not in like a full segment. Like a full run.
Yeah.
For some reason.
So like that's where we use the Energizer, because like this like Gino is way stronger than you because we haven't like leveled up at all pretty much, but like Gino like starts out at a fixed level. So yeah, we're just gonna use his special attack like the entire time pretty much. And actually, like this boss is kind of interesting. Like based on like what attacks that you do, he like locks a different button, and then like you can't use that button anymore. So like in this game, like Y is like special, X is item, and A is like physical. So like we can't use items right now, but we actually don't have to, since we started this fight to be as optimal as possible. So
Is this fixed that like every time you just don't have to use item for this one?
yeah, like we just like strat it so that like the last item we use is like right before he locks X, and then he just keeps locking X.
Oh.
And when he locks X, he actually skips a turn too, for whatever reason. So it ends up being a lot faster too, since he does half the number of attacks that he would normally do. Yeah. So the reason we're not attacking with the other two is because like number one, they're super weak, and number two, if we do, he won't lock X anymore, and we need him to lock X. Actually, it does change up a little bit here. We are like running out of like the special attack points, which are called FP. So we have him lock Y for the very last attack, and then this should kill him. Assuming I haven't mistimed something, which is always possible. Okay,
Nice.
no, we did it right. That's not bad. So like a low 37 is a pretty bad. Yeah, we're still about a minute and a half back.
Still alright, yeah.
We're still about like a minute and a half behind. It's not horrible. This is like better than the last run I did, which was pretty dismal though, so not a great comparison. Alright. I'm trying to like decide if I should like save before like the next big thing. Because like the save point's a little bit out of the way, but I don't want to mess it up. I think I'm just gonna go for it. There is a backup if I mess it up, but it's kind of annoying. So we collected this star from like beating this boss, and this is like the first like sign of like what's to come in the rest of the game and what the final boss is going to be. So like Gino basically tells us here that like actually those dudes at Bowser's Keep are trying to like find these star pieces, which apparently like makes them super powerful, like all powerful. So these minions are collecting the star pieces for him, and we just got one of them back. So we need to get the rest back. And
There's like 7 of them, right?
there's 7. Well, Legend of the Seven Stars. So yes, in fact there are
So
7.
right now there's like 6 remaining.
There are 6 remaining. Yeah, we're on our way, slowly but surely. All right. Nice. Okay. So yeah, here we see Bowser again. A lot of his troops are gone, unsurprisingly. So yeah, not doing super hot. Obviously, those dudes at Bowser's Keep are a lot stronger than your average boss. That's the idea, anyway. All right. So like everyone in this town tells you that there's like some stuff going down in this mine, so that's where you end up going. Come on. worried about super jumping right now, man. So tired.
I'm about to like pass out myself.
Yeah, dude.
I'm trying to walk the run.
It's okay, man. I forgive you.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. Worst comes to worst, I'll just move it.
Yeah. So basically, we've been live for about like almost 20 hours, I guess.
That's
Like,
pretty good. Dude, I think it was a success.
This whole thing
Really
is
do.
good, but audio, we need to fix on audio the next.
Yeah, we
the
do.
Next time we come along, we probably won't go to this place anymore or something like that.
I mean, if we do, we just have to like plan.
Yeah, we had to plan on the audio and stuff because it was just last minute. Well,
Yeah.
I can say just last minute.
I mean, we actually had a lot of this stuff like figured out decently well, like the
Yeah, like
see you, Mario.
VSC and stuff. Whatever. What?
Oh,
Like I said,
having a
just
miss
whatever.
there really sucks.
Yeah.
Because this like first phase of this fight, he can like kill
Ooh.
people without like you being able to really do anything about it. But in like the second phase, his attacks are like blockable. So you really don't want to like miss him in the first phase because it just makes the like number of members of your party who might die just like increase. So yeah, this fight's kind of boring. It's very RNG heavy. We actually aren't doing too badly. Having Mario die is not the worst because he's like not super strong anyway. And we've gotten a good number of physicals from Krakow, so it wasn't too bad.
Nice.
Hmm?
Nice.
43 flat. It's pretty slow. Okay, so I have to focus for this part. There's like a star here where like the
it's
movement's a little bit tight. So
like skips or something.
I've been messing this up a lot, like
Yeah.
in practice runs. So I'm gonna really try not to mess it up. Okay. Good placement for that first bomb. Nice. All right, we did it. That was really good.
Nice.
Nice. Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much, but like hitting all those enemies is really important for your experience.
I mean, the placements are good. That's all I can say.
that was ideal.
Yeah.
That Sparky can like spawn on top of you there. It's pretty scary, but he didn't that time. So that's good. All right, this is like the best run I've had in a while, so pretty happy. It's still not a good run because I haven't been like super seriously playing lately, but I've been having fun with it. So I think I might like start like grinding again. I had like a heartbreaker like run on my last PB. I was like a minute 30 ahead of my PB and like on pace for like at least like second place, but like maybe even like a world record run.
Wasn't I there for that?
Maybe.
I remember, I think.
But like I got really bad RNG on one of the bosses at the end, and it was such a heartbreaker. I lost a huge amount of time.
Okay, yeah, then I remember that one. You were like, 1 minute 30, like flat or something, and then it all screwed up from the final boss or something. Like one of the final boss.
Yeah, it wasn't the final boss, but it was like one of the bosses at the very end.
Yeah.
It sucked. It's okay. So Mario's feared here because he used his like sandstorm attack. But I have like 2 fearless pins on the other guys, so It's not a big deal. This fight used to be a lot more like annoying when you didn't like buy fearless pins, but now it's actually not bad. Try to use it again. That text there, Alex says like enemy has no FP, which basically means he like tried to like sandstorm me again, but couldn't. It's kind of weird, right? Like how come the bosses like try to like attack with attacks that they can't actually do? I don't understand, but anyway. Yeah, lazy coding. But they had to actually program text that popped up and said like enemy doesn't have enough whatever, like, so they already had a special case for that in the code. Makes no sense. Oh, I didn't even check about the box. I have no idea. So like the Croco enemy that we fought at like the midpoint of this area can drop an item that helps significantly. But we did not. I don't think we got that item. If someone wants to like actually go back and check. That was pretty fast area. 4652 is respectable. Like if you get perfect RNG by this point, you can be in like the low 45s, but a good number of runs that still do very well could be in the like 46s around here. It's not a awful time. So start number 2, and actually like the funny thing is like this boss is not actually like one of the main like he's not actually like affiliated with those guys at Bowser's Keep, like the main enemies. He's just like a rando, like a straight up rando. And like at the end of this like fight, right, his whole thing is he has a bunch of bombs, right? At the very end of this fight he drops a giant bomb that's like takes up the whole screen, right? Yeah. After that he's just gone.
What?
He just dies. Like he literally dies at the end of that fight. And like there's no EXP, like you don't get any experience from this fight. It just ends with him exploding from a giant explosion. Yeah, he did.
So it's like 3 stars now?
We got 2. We have 2. But like the last one is obviously the final boss, so yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, this is the minecart I was talking about. So actually
Yes.
I actually hold the world record for this mini game. And like it's always like a thing in marathons that you have to get like sub 2 minutes. Like it's a big thing. It's really easy to get sub 2 minutes, but like if you like crash a couple times, then you're already too slow. So you basically have to just not crash.
I've been actually wanting to see this for a while. Like, what controls are you like actually putting?
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, so far so good. Yeah, that was a good first screen.
Nice.
You can only do about half a second better. Ooh, that was really close. I almost missed that jump. Alright, there's an important jump. This one. Alright, I made it.
Nice.
Yeah, this is good actually. So this is on pace for like a 156 or a 157, which is like not bad at all. Oh shit!
Oh no!
I turned the wrong. I let go of the directional pad there. All right, we lost like a shit ton of time. Actually, I don't even know how much time that lose is. It's a lot though. All right, I think I didn't do sub 2. That was so dumb. I haven't made that mistake in so long.
I just
It's
watched
okay.
you just go to that side. I was like, why do you take the long path?
That was. Oh shit!
Oh my.
I messed up there too.
That's cool.
It's okay. Everything's fine. Oh, that was sad. It's like one of those moments where you just hate yourself so much. We're practicing something dumb and then messing it up. Alright, whatever. I'm over it. It's a grand total of like 6 seconds maybe? Yeah, 6 seconds. 6 seconds of time loss.
It's alright.
But the honor, it's so sad to not get sub 2. It's like a big thing for SMRPG and speedrunning marathons. Like, gotta get sub 2. Like, people will, at like the GDQs, like donate a ton of money. Like, I'll donate X amount of dollars if you get sub 2.
Yeah.
And then like everyone in the stream joins in.
You just have to try it.
I failed. It's a good thing we're not doing donations. Actually, I was thinking about that. We don't really have a cause for donations.
No.
Is that our?
This is 100%.
We're just doing this purely out of love of the games,
Yeah.
out of love of speedrunning. So yeah, we like rescued those kids, which were apparently being held hostage by that weird like bomb freak dude. And now the Sniffets are coming with their beetle, which is basically just like a segue into the next area. Doing okay. Making my way through the run. Actually, like, this next area has some of the most fun like platforming in the whole game, I think. Like, a lot of speedrunners of this game like would agree on that. It's a very fun area. Not here, but like, I need to talk to this. Where is it? There it is. I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god. Sloptastic play. Alright. So this is the area where after we saw like Bowser's troops like dwindle, he's all alone now, and he ends up like joining our party actually. This is like the first game where you get to actually play with Bowser on your team. It's pretty cool. The only other games I know of, other than like Mario Party and stuff like that, would be like the Mario and Luigi games for the handheld consoles, which are like spiritual successors to this game in a certain sense. Alright. So yeah, at first Bowser storms away saying, like, you know, like pretty much just like talking trash against Mario, and then he eventually comes back, helps you break this door down, and joins your party. And there's a moment here where like they teach you how to switch party members, since you have like 4 now, but you can only actually use like 3 per battle. And if you like pick like yes, you have to do like a 30-second tutorial. That's like one of the like saddest ways to lose time in this whole game. Just like sitting through a stupid tutorial because you like pick no instead of yes, or like yes instead of no. That's like RPG life right there.
Every RPG goes yes.
Yeah, half of RPGs is just like picking the right option in a menu. It's pretty. Why do we speedrun this kind of crap? Ooh, almost got hit by that bomb. Didn't quite jump far enough there. Okay. Pause slightly there to let the bomb move out of your way. This next area, there's a couple like enemies where if you like encounter them, you can't run away. So it's pretty careful, like pretty important to not hit them in the first place. Some of the platforming is a little tricky too, but not too bad. All right, this screen is actually really. Ooh. Almost messed it up. So like, that screen has like enemies like hidden like in the floor panels. So you have to like know where you can step and where you can't. If you like mess up and one of those enemies pops out, then it's like an unrunnable encounter, and you have to just kill it. It's another like 30 seconds or so. So this is actually not going badly.
Pretty well.
No encounters so far. No big errors other than a couple things like during the fights.
All I can say is that it's a little screw up, but like there's not really big encounters.
Yep. So we do a little cutscene here, and then we like backtrack and save actually, and then we do like an RNG manip. Like this next fight, there's normally some pretty heavy RNG components during the fight. Move the mouse.
Yeah, that's it. Just the mouse.
like one of the issues during this next fight is like in the strat you have to do this attack with Bowser called Terrorize, where you basically like fear the two opponents. Hmm?
He's
It's just
outside.
totally passed out. So if Bowser's Terrorize misses, then the enemy's not feared, and you are just totally off like the strat for the fight pretty much. You can just you just have to like try terrorizing again on the next turn, so you basically like lose the whole turn. And if it misses twice in a row, which has happened before, like it's pretty bad. So to like avoid that and other possible issues with like things like missing, we do an RNG manip instead, and it means like saving and like powering off and on the game, which like resets the RNG seed, and then basically doing like frame perfect movement like into the fight, so that we start the fight on the exact RNG seed that we know that we have like planned for, and then by doing that we basically can script the entire fight. We can actually throw an item and have it like freebie, which means that we just get to keep the item, and that item is called like the rock candy, and it deals 300 damage per enemy, so it's like super OP to this stage of the game. So we actually throw the rock candy twice during this fight, and like freebie it on all or on both of those times, so we keep the item for like a point in time later in the game where we have to use it, and get to throw it twice here. The only reason we can like freebie it is because of the RNG manip. So I think the RNG manip itself loses like 20 seconds or so, but we gain back around 20 seconds like from the strat, and it's 100% consistent, as opposed to being like a much bigger gamble like the non-RNG manip strat. Alright, so I gotta remember to do a menu here. It's in my notes. If you mess up this menu, it really sucks. Alright. Go in front of the thing. Oh shit. Alright, we're good.
Just save it.
I like messed up the movement there a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we reset.
Why do you reset it?
Because
The
the RNG seed, yeah. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're fixing the RNG seed by resetting. Alright. Let's see if I can do this. It's not so bad if you like mess up, because you can just like try again, but this should hit both enemies for sure. And we throw the rock candy next. I think that should be good. It might have been a little bit early, actually. Yeah, it was early. Damn it. It's okay. I was actually thrown off because the other rock candy was on the third page, or like a different page than I expected it to be on. It's okay. I'm pressing a little bit early. That should be good. Nope. I must be rushing a little bit. Oh, that sucks. I haven't missed this. Actually, I'm wondering if my save is good. I'm gonna resave. I haven't missed this in a while, so I'm a little bit disappointed. That's okay. Alright, let's not mess this up. Should really attack Mario here. Okay. I'm more comfortable now. Yeah, okay. Should be okay. No? Man, I'm really pressing it too early. That sucks. Lost a lot of time. Oh well. Shit happens, man. That should be good. There we go. So yeah. Okay. I think that will be good too. Yeah, okay. So, like those like whistling sounds and like the text that pop up, like me and I got the freebie, so that was pretty painful, but I think I mistimed that. All right, whatever. We're through. A little disappointing, but oh well. So yeah, it's not great. It's my biggest time loss by far so far. Man, like the lights are turning on in the mall. Yeah, this venue is pretty much at a mall. This is another silly minigame. Wouldn't you get at least like 8 or so of these flowers? Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, this part, huh?
Alright.
So how many did you get so far?
I've got 3, I think. Not very good.
Yeah.
Alright.
How many do you need all the time? How many do you need all the time?
You need at least 8, but I should easily do that. Won't be a problem. Oh man, that was...
That's bad.
It's okay.
Now, yeah.
Ooh, that was odd. Alright.
Yo, pass me the mouse. I'll do it for you.
Oh man.
I'll do it for you guys. I'm so sorry.
Alright, we got this one. I think we might have gotten exactly 8 actually, unless I can
It's like
sneak out one more. No, I can't. I think that might have been 8.
8, yeah. I think it's about 8 or 9.
10. Oh.
10.
All right, we'll take it.
Where are those flowers go there? What are those flowers going?
Hmm?
What are those flowers going?
Like those flowers like increase your FP. And your FP is like your special attack points. So, yeah, like you need a certain amount for a few of the like fights later in the game. Won't matter till a bit later, actually. All right. After this upcoming fight, which is also pretty like RNG heavy, it's kind of like the halfway point. So we'll see what happens. Whew. Is the mall like opening?
About to, I guess. I mean, it's almost 6. Yeah, it's almost 7, man. I
What
mean, around 8 they already open. I was here at 9 like yesterday.
You were at 9 yesterday?
Yeah, I was at 9 like 9:30.
Why?
Set up.
But they don't open until 10. You got here at like 9:30?
Like 9:30.
Dang, dude. That's dedication. Yeah, I know, right? Damn it. Come back! Oh my god, that guy trolled me. Alright. So, basically, like, this guy is the dude who owns the tower that we just went up and, like, followed those dudes in. And he captured Princess Peach. That's why we're following him. And he wants to actually marry Princess Peach. That's his deal. But he doesn't really understand very much. He's kind of like a wild man, so he doesn't really get how like weddings work. So like Princess Peach is here now, and like because we like rescued, because we found her items, her crown and her other stuff like really quickly, we get a kiss from her. If you like mess that up, you actually have like Bowser and that other dude like Booster kiss you, because like pretty much like right before like Peach kisses you, they all go, I want to kiss too, and then in the ensuing mayhem, who knows what might happen. So now these dudes are like, the wedding cake is here, and then they're like, oh, there's no wedding actually, and then they're like, there must be a wedding, so they get really pissed and then fight you. Ooh, that was early. Got to be really careful about timed hits on this fight. Okay. I'm going to say like 150 something, and then 170 from Bowser. And then we use this item on Mario called the Red Essence, which keeps him impervious for 3 turns, because otherwise this fight is just horrible. This is one of the hardest fights in the game, like for being underleveled. Use the Red Essence. And then we get one more turn of attacks on us. Not great. So in like the newest route, we have like the fearless pins here, which means that if this cake, which is about to start attacking us, yes, the cake is alive. If he starts attacking us and uses like his like sandstorm attack, like normally like Bowser and Geno would get feared and it would be really bad. But now since we have the fearless pins, it makes this fight a lot more consistent. So that's good. Especially since I didn't like perfect block the chef's attacks, and Geno actually took some damage. It's actually really bad. Alright, physical. Perfect. That's like ideal. If he does like 2 physicals, we can perfect block them, and they're the fastest attacks in the game. So this is ideal. Of course, my time is really bad because I lost like 3 minutes on the stupid RNG minute. but that's okay. All right, please don't hit Gino. Please don't hit Gino. Okay, we're good. So like if you keep all 3 people alive on the first 2 turns, you end this phase on this turn, which is optimal, and it saves a ton of time. Okay, this is really good. Yeah, this fight can screw you big time. Actually, I forgot to save too, so I'm really glad that this is going so well. Alright, we're fine.
I'll go ahead and clear everything else up for now.
Alright.
Yeah, let me do it.
Thanks, dude. Should be it. Yeah. Okay, not bad actually. So like a good run would be like a 107 at the end of this fight, and I'm gonna be at like 112. So that's like 5 minutes back already. That's pretty bad. But actually, I had a PB, a 151, or I'm sorry, a 251 with a 111 split for this fight. So you can still have a good time with a 111 here. It's just like if you're aiming for the world record at this point, you need to be like under 109 for sure. Ideally under 108. For a really long time, this game, like the best time for this split was like a 108. But nowadays, like 107 is pretty popular, or not popular. 107 is pretty common. Everything's getting faster and faster. The RNG manips are making the early game a lot more consistent. It's like it's technically possible to get a 106, but there's so much RNG that like having everything just line up perfectly is like impossible. Alright, was it 112.44? Could be worse. This would be like a maybe a 109, at least a 110 if I hadn't like messed up the RNG manip. So. I'll take it. Everyone's like, what was going on in there? You're like, I was fighting a sentient cake that was, I don't know, attacking me with like very strange attacks. They're like, all right, well, as long as it's all taken care of now. So, like now we have Peach with us, so we have that part of the story figured out. She, in the explosion from Bowser's Keep, got flung to that guy's tower, Booster's tower. So we have her back, so we're going back to Mushroom Kingdom to be like, tell the Chancellor and everybody. We like stop off for a quick little like side thing here. So actually like earlier, remember when the like frog dude was like telling us about how like Mallow like wasn't a frog? So actually you're supposed to like trigger a cutscene there by like returning the item that you were supposed to buy for him to him, but we actually don't pick that item up until now because it's faster. It's also like necessary to like trigger that cutscene at this point in the run. Up until now, it's not actually necessary. So yeah, this cutscene is called ABC, which stands for ass boring cutscene, because this is like a 3-minute long cutscene that you have to mash through the entire thing. Like, it's just like nothing basically. It's just like Mario like retelling the story of what happened. So you're like sitting here like going like this, and like how fast you mash, it doesn't actually matter, but it's like a couple seconds. Like if you're just like doing this, like you'll lose maybe 5 seconds or so throughout the cutscene. So like super tryhards will be sitting there like hardcore like mashing. I think it's about 5 seconds. We actually timed it like back when like Turbo became allowed, because now it's like nothing. I just like sit here and wait. But like back when people were like first like warming up to using Turbo, people were like, but how much time does Turbo save? Like, is Turbo actually gonna just save everybody like a minute just because like mashing will be so much faster? And the first thing that people timed was this cutscene, and they found that it was a few seconds. So I think maybe over the course of the run, like 30 seconds maximum is what Turbo saves you, just because it can mash like super fast. Like, I'm sure that a human could like practice mashing and probably be just as good, but it's just not worth it. I mean, like, it's not worth it to like hurt your hands, to like put that much more stress on your hands just because of like matching text. It's like the stupidest part of a speedrun ever. So we don't do it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so like the next big thing in the game is a giant menu. So I'm gonna go like trigger that one cutscene at the, it's called like Tadpole Pond. And then I am going to do this thing called Star Hill. And then after that, we go to like the next town called Seaside Town. And there's a giant cutscene there. Or I'm sorry, not a cutscene, like a giant like menu, like a buy and sell menu. So like at that menu, you can buy bombs, and the bombs, and the bombs are like really OP'd items. So basically, what you do is you like sell everything in your inventory and buy a bunch of bombs, and like because you end up like you can only hold 999 coins at a time, and you buy like 4,000 coins worth of bombs. So you have to do like 4 buy and sell menus in order to actually get all the items you need. So it's a little bit of a tricky menu to like memorize. And it's an easy thing to like mess up and like lose your run because you like accidentally like sold some important thing. So yeah, the freebie mechanic, which we use like during the RNG minute to keep the rock candy item, is basically like the bane of our existence now. Like we end up with like 6 fire bombs and 6 ice bombs, and the more times we like freebie those items when we throw them, the more total bombs we have to use. And basically having like a really good run kind of like relies on having a decent number of those freebies. Like we want at least 3 or so like freebies to have like a decent like late game pace. But of course, if you get like 5, 6, whatever, it just ends up being a lot faster and a lot easier. Because every time that you would normally have to like super jump or like do some more complicated strat, you just throw bombs instead. So I think like the Frog Fuchsias guy, like the frog dude, tells you that there are supposed to be star pieces on this place called Star Hill. So he like unlocks this area of the map, and this is like, it's kind of weird. Like you end up finding a star piece here, and it's like the easiest like star piece in the entire game. Like you just like have to like go through a few of these screens, and then boom, there's just a star piece there. So it's kind of a weird like intermission in the rest of the game where like you don't really have to like fight a boss or do anything special. You just collect the star piece. So I think is this the 3rd or 4th one? Actually can't count. Oh yeah, this is the 4th one actually, because like the first one we're supposed to get from the first boss, so we skipped that fight with the glitch. So yeah. We're like about halfway through the game. In terms of actual gameplay, we're pretty much halfway through the game right now. Okay. I'm gonna save at the beginning of this next town, because there's a couple of things that you can do by accident in this next area and like game over, or like basically like make it impossible to continue. So it's a good place to save. Haven't saved for a while actually. I did save at the Manip, so it's not that far back, but it'd be like a good 10-15 minutes. So we go up here. We buy this item called the EXP booster with all those frog coins that we like got from like jumping on those wiggler dudes and in various other places. I have enough, so everything's good. Like occasionally I forget like one frog coin there, then you're like, which one did I forget? You have to like go back and find it. All right, here's the buy and sell menu. Okay. I think I want to sell one more thing. Okay. seconds. Everything is golden. Perfect. I was like 7 over. That actually worked out really, really nicely. Okay, great. I'm gonna say one more time here too, since I did that perfectly. And this star here, okay, like there's another like small, like a glitch that we do here. You'll notice that I pause right when I hit like the chest that the star's in. I'll explain why I do that after I finish doing it. Perfect. All right, that's the hard part. So like, nice. Okay. So by like pausing. Okay. I'm gonna just do this. Can't believe they stayed this late. It's amazing. All right. So like by pausing there, I actually swapped the like level ups of the two people who I like swapped like their placement in like the like party like menu. So like by doing that, I made like Peach and Mallow like switch their level ups. So what that did is it taught Peach, crap, this is an RNG thing. Like that dude can just like run at you. So I taught Peach like Mallow's attack, and Peach has the highest like special attack power of anyone like in your party right now, and that attack is like one of the strongest attacks in the game. So like if Mallow learned it, first of all he's like way like lower level than Peach, and second of all his magic like power is a lot lower to begin with. So we taught Peach a super overpowered attack pretty much by doing that, and it's going to be something that we use like for the rest of the run, especially 2 bosses from now. We use it like 5 times, and it's like the only way you can really sanely do that fight. So we start using bombs here. We use like 4 fire bombs in this fight, and we want to hear that freebie sound. It's like really important. I totally forgot what I was doing for a second there. My mind just like blanked out completely. Okay. Now we attack with Mario. Perfect. 123. This isn't too bad. It's not too bad. No freebies yet. Classic. We didn't mistime that though. Yeah. No freebies. Sucks. Oh well. So now we only have 2 firebombs left, and we have to get at least 2 freebies, like for the run to not be a total like disaster. So, I mean, we can still finish it if that happens, but it's like multiple like minutes of time loss. Like, the first freebie saves maybe 5 minutes, and I would say like the second one maybe like a minute or so, and then like from there each additional freebie saves more on the order of like 30 seconds. But like the first 2 are really important. There aren't even really strats for what happens if you don't get them. Like you just kind of have to like wing it and like know what's up. It would like normally be just like a reset. All right, like this fish can fuck you. Yeah. Oh god damn it. You just have to deal with it. I didn't time those blocks either, so this is like not looking great. Can I go? Okay. At least he let me through. He actually like blocks you from exiting there sometimes too, which is really awful. We're gonna do a menu here. Put in Peach. If you make this jump, I didn't make it. You can actually like jump on top of that barrel, but I don't know if it's a frame perfect trick, but it's one of those things where we like to pretend it is, even though we don't actually know. You know, like stuff that's never been measured, of course you want to say, oh, yeah, it's frame perfect. Please, freebie. Nope. No dice. pretty lame.
Dice is sleeping.
Yeah, dude. Where's Dice when you need him? I just hit that chest, which like heals, like full heals me, because of that stupid fish encounter. Hate to see it. Hate to see it happen. All right, like this boss that's coming up, I have to do the 100 super jumps on. So, wish me luck. Freebie? No freebie. God damn, 0 freebies. All right.
How many more chances will you be having for if you get the freebie? How many chances?
6 more.
6 more.
Yeah.
You need to have 2 of these 6.
Yeah, and it's like a 25% chance, so it should still be very doable. Okay, let's do this.
Dish says that he thinks it's a 2-frame jump, but
It's a 2-frame jump. Okay. Alright, tell Juhorse he needs to like not bother me. I'm doing super jumps.
Oh. Now?
I'm about to.
Oh. I have to watch this.
Okay, but be quiet. Nailed it.
Wow.
Oh, yes, dude.
what in the world?
Yes, dude.
That was pretty sick.
That was
Pretty happy
sick.
with that.
That was legit sick.
Wow.
Oh man,
What? Oh my god, that woke me up.
it's such a relief to be done with that.
I'm so glad I watched it. Now I start to clean up.
Oh my god. That was better than watching Celeste.
I'm glad you appreciate it. Yeah, it's really nerve-wracking. It's so easy to mess up too. It's like it's one of those things that's very like mental, you know. Like if you start messing up, it's really easy to like keep messing up. So I'm very glad that it's over. There's other places where I have to super jump a lot, but like having the 100 is very like relieving because it means that every time I drop now, it just means I don't like kill the boss as fast as possible. But now I can still get that item on time, and I don't have to worry about like nailing 100. Yeah, very relieving. Very relieving. Feels amazing, man, indeed. Yeah. You guys have no idea how many times I've been on like really like fire pace and just like totally screwed that up. It's so bad.
It's one of those that you can't get completely control also.
Yeah, like if you overthink it, you start like freaking out, like your hands start shaking and stuff. Like,
Like my heart will just fuck.
yeah. I know that feeling all too well, man. There's actually a So the attack that Peach is using here, it's the one that we like swapped onto her from Mallow, and actually the like timing for it is an audio cue, so you have to have headphones. It's the only like timing that there's no like visual cue for, as far as I'm aware. It's a little bit tricky, but not too bad. And there's like a lot of backups if you mess it up. Yeah, you want to see 237 every time she attacks. This is the best pattern. So we want to throw. Okay, we don't have any firebombs left, so we hope that the ice bomb's freebie. Oh, it did. It freebied. That's good. Mario used the Cura Cura Cola. This is like a full heal. Might have been early. Nope, we're good. Kill Mario. So if he kills Mario here, we save a little bit of time because we don't have to like defend on Mario's turn. Fright Bomb. Now it's just 2 more shockers. The attack that Peach does, and the fight's over. Yeah, the like skipping the like boss in like the early area. Okay, I'm just gonna do this really quick so I don't mess it up. So like skipping like the like chest boss in the what's the area called? Like the sewers, which I like mentioned when we were there, makes this fight a little bit slower. We have to take 1 extra turn and do like 5 shockers as opposed to 4, but overall it's faster and more consistent. So not too bad. We used to use like 3 bombs here, but now like since we skipped that boss, we don't have as much coins, so we have to buy fewer bombs total. So we use 2 bombs there instead of 3. It's actually not going too badly. I haven't made any major mistakes except for the RNG minute, which I had to do, or which took me 3 tries. Everything else has been really solid. It hasn't been like a fast run, but it's been like a solid run, which is kind of how I would hope a marathon run to go. Like, I haven't been at risk of like having a game over or anything. A little bit of menuing, and then we're off. I told myself I'd save here too, since a couple of the enemies in this area can like one-hit KO you if you like encounter them, but we don't encounter them, so we hope not to. It's rare, but it happens. Hidden block. That's a little bit tricky. It's called fast geckos. Since there's like a much slower strat that's only like 2 seconds slower, but it's a lot easier, but have to have some swag at your route. You can't just do like everything's safe, right? That's one of those ones where like if you practice it enough, it's not hard, but it looks cool. So here's more like bomb throwing. So we just like throw a ton of bombs here and hope for freebies. I mean, okay, we got it. We're set. We're set on bombs. That's all we need. So it's not 100% ideal since like one of the fights is a lot riskier without a firebomb, but yeah, we'll deal. It's okay. The ice bomb strat's actually faster. It's just riskier. I kind of hate the firebomb version, so I'm okay with having just an ice bomb there. All right. I mean, we still want more freebies. If we get more ice bomb freebies, it just makes our life a lot easier. Like there's one boss where you can use like either like 0, 1, or 2 ice bombs on him, and if you don't have the ice bombs, you have to super jump. But his sprite oscillates up and down, so you have a very like inconsistent like visual cue for timing the jumps, so it makes it a lot harder. Freebie, perfect. So now we have like one of the 2 possible bombs over that fight. Oh, Bowser wants to take attack. you can actually like soft lock in these whirlpools too. If like the whirlpools are right next to each other and you get like sucked into both of them at the same time, you just like spin like forever in place. It's only happened like once ever, but it's pretty funny when it does. There's another star here, like an overworld star, so a little bit of precise movement. Oh, that was bad. Alright, we're good. Got that one. So like you can actually hit like one extra gecko there, and it like saves a teeny bit of time, but very much so not a big deal. These overworld stars are like huge like EXP farms. So we just like leveled up like all of our dudes like more than one level in some cases. So we're gonna do one more star here too. We just paid like 400 coins for a star. We get to kill all these dudes. There's like a swag. I didn't have enough speed to do it. It's okay. Cool. Yeah, there's like a small like swag thing you can do there, but I was a little bit too slow. So I should explain the special item that we bought in the same town, like where the big like bomb buying menu was. Like we had to go upstairs in this one area and like buy a special item. That item's called the EXP booster. Basically, it like doubles your EXP, like all the EXP that you get. So we just like put it on Mario, and just make him like level up like crazy, and his like super jumping becomes like super OP because of that. Okay. So this is just an RNG thing. If you hit that scroll, there are like two possible like text boxes, and only one of them will let you proceed. So this boss you have to super jump like 59 times. So it doesn't matter if you don't like, or I mean it matters, but it's not super critical to nail it. There's like plenty of backups, but obviously faster if you nail it. Okay. Actually, I can do 57 because I got a good roll. Nice. Dude, if you think this is impressive, you just gotta wait till the end of the game. The end of the game is like every boss is just like super jumps.
Why?
Because it's the fastest, dude. It's called speedrunning for a reason, okay? Having like Gino level up here is really good too. If you miss like one extra gecko there, then he doesn't level up, and then like the next boss fight is slightly slower, because usually you can't. Usually you have to take one extra turn or one extra attack to kill. So like here's the dude who like gives us the two items. So we actually get two items: the best item in the game and the second best item in the game because of super jumping. So we got the 100 jumps. So we talk to him. He gives us the items. We go up here and talk to the star, which the person downstairs will like tell us that she thinks she has a star piece, and she thinks that that's a star piece. So you go up there and then you come down and tell her, no, that's not actually a star piece. That's just a random star enemy dude that you have. And then she's like, oh, that's not a star piece? Well, I'll help you get up this cliff, which will take you to another area. That's pretty much how the story goes. So we do that. This guy comes, and Sergeant Flutter. If you're a fan of Mario, you'll recognize these guys as paratroopers. So yeah, like there's a cliff that we basically have to scale, and these guys will help us play a mini game to get up that cliff. So yeah, I'm not like by any means like the best at this game. I do have like the third place like time on the leaderboards, but like the top two guys are like in a I wouldn't say a different league, but they definitely earned their place. But I will say that like the two like timed mini games in this run, I have the world record for. So we'll swag out a little bit here, and if I like mess it up once or twice, it doesn't matter. I'll get a sub 10. Most people, if they haven't like, I would say most people would get in the 11s, like low 11s in this game. But like sub 10 is pretty challenging. We'll see if I can do it. Ooh, almost landed in that whirlpool. Got everything. Like normally I would play this a little bit safer because it's like sucks to lose like 15 seconds here for no reason, but let's do it. That should be it. Yeah, that was pretty good. 9 something? Yeah, 973. That's pretty good. That's pretty fresh. Alright. Little menu there for the next fight. And we're off. Yeah, these bees can like really mess you up if you hit them, because they have really high speed, so they like attack first, which is always bad. You always want like a turn to run if possible. I gotta fight this dude. Like the timed attack on these dudes is really important, and like Bowser's attack here is kind of awkward to time. You want to see over 100. That was a perfect kill. That's like 200. I got really low rolls, but luckily not low enough to miss the kill. All right, now we use our last ice bombs. So like strategically, just move. Strategically, as you can see, you want to use your bombs when there's multiple enemies out. So like we actually like play out the turns with 1 and 2 enemies, and then when there's 3 enemies, we start throwing the bombs. So yeah, we have 2 ice bombs left. So we'll use 1 on the Star Dragon and 1 on the Axum Rangers. The Axum Rangers is the fight where we absolutely need a bomb. So hopefully, if Gino has a good roll, we'll kill with this attack. Now we have to attack again with Bowser. That was kind of a slow. Yeah, this is kind of a slow fight. Not a big deal. Actually, this run has been really good since like the halfway point. I'm really pleased. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Like how like sad like is it to have to like do like backups after messing up super jumps multiple times on your like marathon run, right? And that'd be like so sad. I mean, it happens, but like I wouldn't like ever like make fun of someone or tell someone that it like sucked that happened to them, but it would suck. I'd like feel for that person. It's a little bit of swag here too, like hopping up these vines super fast. All right. So this area, we are led to believe that the like rulers of this area have been, what's the right word? Have been besieged, maybe. This lady is obviously not of the same kind of person as the rest, and has these like weird minions and like says a bunch of mean stuff. So we assume that she is kind of holding this whole area hostage, and this is her henchman, who's named like Dodo. He's like the stereotypical like dopey like sidekick who doesn't really want to be the sidekick. He's pretty much just a fat bird. He doesn't actually talk at any point during the run, or like during the, I don't know, the cutscenes during the story. We have to do a menu here. I always forget this menu. So I'm gonna look it up on my phone. tough. I think like this. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, sick. That was a little slow. I would normally like be upset like during a serious run that I just like totally beefed that menu for being really slow about it, but at a time like this, I'll let it slide. Let it slide. The like 2.5 seconds that I lost, like kind of making sure that I did it right. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm anywhere near PB pace. It's more about like not screwing up than about like being super super fast. But like if you want to get like a sub like 250 in this game, you have to like really like every small thing that could lose 1 or 2 seconds here, you have to really keep it clean because like over the course of a 3-hour run, it just adds up. Like if there's like 30 places where you lose 2 seconds, that's a minute, right? And that's like that like makes a difference. And it's like it always seems like a really small thing, but like it really, if you watch someone who's like around 255 or so, which is still a really good time, then you watch someone who's like sub 250, you can see differences in the way they play. Like the like level of optimization, especially of like menuing, is I would say that actually like fast decision making and menuing is really what sets people apart. Like people who like every single like fight, they're like basically like moving through the menus at as fast as possible. Like that will save around, I would say, maybe a minute to 2 minutes over the course of a run versus like having to like think every time. Like you want it to be pure muscle memory. If you have to like stop and think like, oh, what am I doing now? You're already losing time. Pretty much has to be pure muscle. Actually, that's why like running it in like Japanese like doesn't even matter. Like at the highest level, you're not reading the text. You're just memorizing what button presses do what in each menu. Like press up 3 times and press A, right? Press Y, then like down twice and press A. Like you're not actually thinking about what attack is happening. Whereas for for a marathon, you have to stop and think a little bit because if your muscle memory fails you and you do the wrong thing and the run dies because of that, like that's a stupid way to go out during a marathon, you know. This is a really long cutscene too. It's another one you don't have to like smash through the whole thing, so it's not as painful as ABC, but there's a lot of like interspersed like cutscenes and then a little bit of mashing. So like basically, okay, I should explain the story. What happened basically is the dude in the town told you that like your hunch is correct and there is like an evil person who's like besieged like the king and queen. So he decides to hide you by like he's a statue builder. So his idea for hiding you is to pretend you're a statue and then sneak you in like he's gonna like deliver you as a statue. So right now you have to pretend to be a statue because like Dodo is coming to clean the statues, which basically means angrily pecking them while his boss like doesn't notice. So you have to basically jump every time he's gonna peck you. It's a very easy thing to do, but and then he's like, what the hell happened? Can statues really jump? He's like, wait, did I see that right? And he continues. This game's hilarious. It's like straight up hilarious. There's like a little bit of like breaking like the third wall there, right? Because he like goes in the area that's not even part of the map. It's pretty funny. And he dropped his feather, which is a nice item that you'll use later.
Someone hosted us, that's why.
Oh, the person who... Oh, host.
My friends just hosted us.
Oh, nice.
Yes, thank you.
Very... many thanks for the host.
We're on our final game.
This is it. This is the last one.
It.
All right. So there's a little bit of tricky movement in this area too. So I was a little bit too far off the side of this. Please let me run. Please. That's really That sucks. This is a really slow place to mess up. So like Mario is so overpowered because I have those things that he barely takes damage. See, like it did like 41 to Gino, right? 2 to Mario. Please let me run.
Oh my gosh, please.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, so I usually do not have trouble with this area, so I'm a little bit annoyed, but that's okay. We're all good. Everything's fine. That was really bad luck. Alright. This guy has a key. So we take the key from him. All these guys are like locked up or hiding away. So like you can actually sneak by this door right here without actually like encountering this guy, but I didn't do it. Actually, the guy behind him hit me.
Yeah.
That was a little bit unlucky. Yeah, I actually snuck through. You can like sneak through there. So yeah, this is actually like the worst split since like the second half of the game started. I had a few pretty sloppy encounters there, and the menu wasn't great. So we get to fight Birdo here. It's kind of a weird thing, like Birdo's in this egg. So strat-wise, I'll say there's this one other thing that we've been doing. So like Gino has attack where he like powers up Mario. It's really important. It's one of those things that as a casual player they usually overlook because like most people just like attack, you know, but it actually like boosts your attack so much that it's one of the main. It's like a critical like part of the game. So like Mario is just gonna be really like carrying us for the rest of the game. We'd like to see like in the 260s, yeah, that's a lot better.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Focus.
So if Mario does another high roll here, then we can just attack
Look
with
at
G.
the chat.
How many?
Laksa is waiting with 151.
Nice, dude. Thanks for the host.
I got one of my friends to help us.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's our finals, like our final game. So.
All right, I can like hop over this fan. I did it. So actually, like avoiding like those two enemies is really, really tricky. So I'm very happy I managed that. It's kind of like recompense for hitting that dude earlier and getting in that shitty encounter. So pretty happy about that. This is a round where I normally like to be finishing the next boss on a good run. Actually, you can get, that's not even true. You can get like a 151 on that boss. So we're at like 154 right now. So yeah, this is marathon pace. Not bad for a marathon. Could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse.
I mean, like.
I could be super jumping on some enemy, like just wondering why I
Wait,
can't
did you
land the
get both of
hundo.
them?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
I haven't dropped a jump yet.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Don't worry, it'll happen. I've got like, I think I counted how many total jumps you have to do at some point. It's like, because on the final boss, you have to do like around 300 jumps total to beat it. So I think it's around 600 or so, 600 to 700 jumps that like total in the game. So we're not even a quarter, we're about a quarter of the way through the super jumping.
Oof.
Okay.
I mean, if these guys have any questions, they could ask.
Yeah, if there's
Yeah.
if there's anything in the stream, I'm happy to.
Yeah, because
Answer.
this is the last one I'm like stayed up until like. No, I stayed up for 24 hours. Everything's like all this thing.
Yeah. If there's any questions about the marathon in general, or about speedrunning in Singapore, or about the game, we're happy to answer. So I'm on perfect EXP route right now. I'm very proud of that. It's not that hard to do, but for me it's kind of rare. It's actually one of my like weaker points in the game is that I tend to mess up either one of the stars or like have something go slightly wrong. But I think the only thing I did wrong on the EXP route is I missed one gecko in Land's End, in the Land's End star, one enemy in that star. So I could be a little bit higher, but it only affects one fight, and technically it can make a difference, but usually it doesn't. So being on this EXP route is really, I'm really happy. it just like really like simplifies things because you don't have to be thinking in your head like, do I need to hit this enemy or not? Like, how much EXP do I have? You just like know that the route's gonna like play in the totally normal way. All right. Here we use. Actually, I have to check. Do I have a fright bomb? No. So, like depending on your bomb freebies, you can do like different strats on this guy.
How do you get into speedrunning?
How to get into speedrunning? So I've always loved this game and I've always like played it a lot. And at one point I just like saw one of the early like GDQ like runs of this game and was just like, holy crap. Like it just totally like blew my mind. So I like decided at some point I wanted to like try it.
Oh yeah, you only speedrun this game only.
I really only speedrun this game.
Yeah,
I do a couple other.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I have like a friend who also speedruns a Super Nintendo game, and like we used to play games a lot when we were kids, and we used to like really enjoy like kind of taking games like to their maximum. So it was just kind of like a natural thing. Like as soon as I realized speedrunning was a thing that I could do, I was like, at some point I'm going to do it. It took me a few years actually to like seriously like try to speedrun. But yeah. I would say the other thing is that like I always wanted to get 100 super jumps in this game. And like as a kid, I practiced a little bit, but I never actually did it. And yeah, so it was kind of like a goal of mine to also get 100 super jumps in this game. And like when I realized that you had to like offer the speedrun, I decided that I may as well just do the whole thing. Alright, not a bad fight. Yeah, the jiggle physics. everyone notices that.
This is gonna wake me up a lot with the jiggle physics.
It's one of those things where you're like, is this really a Nintendo game? Is this
meant for kids?
158, not too bad.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah, so like a really, really good, I think someone has gotten a 150 on that fight before, so I guess I'd be 8 minutes behind that. But 151, 152 would still be, I guess a 151 could probably world record with like a really, really, really good end game. 152 maybe, like a low 152. I'm not sure. I remember the first time I got a sub 2 hour split for that split. Like it was a really good feeling.
I think we're live for, we've been here for 20 hours, 21 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like,
you know, I think we can aim for a full day of content for the next one though. Full 24 hours of content. That's like a nice benchmark, right? To have a full day.
It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. It's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. And
a full day of like setting up microphones. A full day of like debugging the stream setup.
This mixer connects to this mixer, which connects to this mixer, which connects to this mixer.
Speedrun the setup itself.
We'd rather have like probably a different location or this location, but like more planned out, I guess.
Yeah, like next time we definitely need to get the microphone situation sorted. That was the biggest issue for sure.
Yeah, that was the big issue.
Like, and also like for like most of the console runners and I think the PS4 runner as well, they didn't have game audio while they were playing, like which sucks for a speedrunner, you know. I would love a coffee.
Yes.
Steam water, that's it.
Dude, I would love a coffee.
Where you buy? Oh yes, coffee. The former coffee.
Yeah, just like a Kopio Kosong. If that's like the kind of place.
If not,
Hmm?
if there isn't, then
Just like an Americano or something. I mean, if it's like a local place, then a Kopio Kosong. If it's not like Americano.
Oh shit,
Kopio Kosong, dude, it's just black coffee. Just means black coffee. I don't know why you'd want anything other than that. Okay, so I haven't saved in a while, so I gotta be really careful on this star. It's really out of the way to save here, so you have to do the like swap glitch again. And if you like mess up the swap glitch, it's game over. It's not game over, but you lose a lot. So we're teaching Peach an attack of Genos now, called Geno Blast. Nice, perfect. That star's hard. It's hard to hit every enemy for sure there. So like in like that level up, it like looks like Geno, but it's actually Peach who's leveling up. So like Peach learns like Geno Blast there. Oh my god, I'm fucking up this room. Okay, hold on. Dude, come on. Alright, we're good. Everything's fine. First try. That's like the GDQ meme, right?
GDQ meme. First try always.
It was like the monkey ball run where he was like saying that. He like started that.
You ever had world record for this game?
I've never had the world record. I think I'm actually like third place or maybe second.
You're still third.
Maybe I was second place for a short while, but I think maybe third is the highest I've ever been. I hope that was the actual enemy. So yeah, now we're gonna do that Geno Blast attack that we just learned. So like, this screen is one of the most RNG heavy screens in the whole game. These like spiny guys just like fall randomly, and if they block your path, it really sucks. So Mario will take attack here. Oh no, he was supposed to take SP. Shit. Okay, I have to adjust some super jumping. See, look, this guy's right in my face. It's okay.
That's a bad RNG right there.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm gonna clear this room. If you enter and exit. So like,
Nice.
I should have. All right, I have to do extra super jumps on a couple of fights now because I was supposed to give Mario special there, for his like level up bonus, but I'd give him attack. Oh well.
Are we orb hyping?
Orb hyping?
Orb. Orb.
I'm gonna save here.
Oh no.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Move the mouse.
Don't
Move the
worry about
mouse.
that. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
For some reason, oh, thank you so much.
Just like,
I'm really glad I saved there. Oh! Dude, I'm so glad I saved there because I forgot to menu. I need to look at my phone. I need to remember to do the reminders. Okay. Thank God I saved there. That was,
Did you not get me one club?
that would have been a disaster.
No, no.
Say goodbye to 30 seconds. 30 seconds of your life that you'll never get back. Forgetting to do a menu. So we have one ice bomb for this fight. It means I have to do like 24 super jumps on the second turn. It's not too bad. But this guy, see how he oscillates? Like the timing actually like doesn't change, but the like visual cue does. So it makes it a little bit harder to like do the super jumps. But that's actually like the fastest pattern if he does his attack, so that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't good. I only did 17. I might be able to kill with 2 attacks here, but we'll see. Probably not. Oh, I did. It's actually not bad. I think it's still slightly slower, but I did just enough damage to make it work. Not too bad. Geno and Bowser die there. It's my time enemy 205. And here we just attack 4 times. We just have to wait it out. If Mario goes below like 40 HP, then I have to heal him. Actually might have to. Where's he at? No, we're okay.
nice.
That was clutch, because if I had blocked that, I think I would have died. Alright, sick. 206, 206. Could be worse, could be worse. Alright, don't forget the menu. De-equip. So we actually like take like Bowser's attack off there, like his weapon, because we don't like need the extra damage and the animation is slower. So we save a few seconds here and there from his attack animation being faster. Kind of one of those counterintuitive optimizations, right? Like have a weaker attack to go faster. Yeah, I mean like actually a lot of that stuff, like a lot of the RNG on the bosses in terms of how fast you kill them is based on like how slow the attack animations are. Like maybe the boss enemy has 2 possible special attacks they might do. One of them is 2 seconds long and one of them is 6 seconds long, right? Even if the one that's like 6 seconds long is a lot weaker, for the speedrun, it's like a lot worse if that one happens because it's all based on timing. Yeah. So, for this fight, traditionally, you need to have the rock candy and at least one other bomb. If you have a firebomb and an ice bomb, then the fight's slightly faster. And if you only have an ice bomb, then the fight's a little bit riskier. And that's like the case we're in right now. So hopefully it won't go too poorly. It's pure RNG, so we'll see what happens. But if you like freebie the rock candy on this fight itself, then it becomes free. Like there's no RNG anymore, and you end up with a really fast outcome. So hopefully we'll just like freebie the rock candy here, and that would really make everything a lot easier.
So any questions from the chat or something?
What cameo do you like most in this game?
What cameo do I like most? Oh, like so there are a bunch of like funny little cameos in this game. There's like a statue of like Link and a statue of like Samus. Actually, I don't remember them all off the top of my head what the cameos are, so I don't want to say that. But there's like one of the funniest moments. I guess probably like the Samus statue in the barrel volcano is a pretty cool thing, I think. Okay, I'm gonna do this. So first you throw the rock candy. If there's freebies, we boost Mario. No, so it didn't, so we use the ice bomb. And then we have to super jump, like ultra jump. Ultra jumping is like super jumping, but it lands on everybody. And we have to land on Axe and Pink 4 times. So Axe and Pink is obviously the pink one. So if we have to land on everyone once and her 4 times. Okay, we did it. Hmm?
It's so all over the place. Oh my god.
Yeah, so basically who it lands on is random, so we just had to make sure that we landed on the different people enough. And like landing on Axe and Ping like 4 times, like, so like ultra jumping works slightly differently than super jumping. There's actually a 2-frame window after the 17th jump. So you can't really reliably do more than 17 jumps because like a 2-frame window is really, really hard. And especially because it's landing on different enemies, like you don't have a consistent like visual cue. So so after like 17 jumps, you have about a 75% chance of having landed on Axe and Pink 4 times. So there's like a 25% chance that you'll just screw up the strat. And if you do, it sucks. You can game over there and you just kind of have to like improvise it. So it worked out though.
What do you mean by game over?
Like they'll kill you and you'll start over at the last save, which is like really slow. I mean, obviously. Right. Okay. So all of the like physical attacks, if you have like a weapon like equipped for your physical attack, there's like a range of damages that you can get. And in SMRPG, they're usually called like damage rolls. So if you get a good damage roll there, you can actually not time Bowser's attack, and that speeds up the animation a little bit too. But it's really risky because then if you like mistime Mario's by accident, then you also die. And by die, I mean like game over and start the last save. So it's another swag thing. Like you save like 0.75 seconds, but it's like pretty swaggy because everyone like it's kind of like a statement that you like aren't worried about like mistiming the next attack. But I mean, 0.75 is definitely not a meaningful time save, even in a game like this. I guess especially for a game like this. So now we did that whole side quest. We got the star from those Axum Ranger dudes who are like blatant ripoffs of the Power Rangers, and we are going back to talk to. So okay, story stuff that I didn't explain yet. So essentially what you learn from this area in the story is that like the Mallow guy who thought he was a tadpole is actually like the prince of this area, and when you like beat the other boss, you like rescue his parents, and so like you like end up like reuniting him. So like these people like become your friends, and they have this like a cloud bus, I guess, that will take you to Bowser's Keep, since like the bridge is out from before. So that's what we're gonna do now, but we're gonna do it in an RNG manip way, where we basically like save, and then again like seed the RNG, and essentially what it's gonna let us do is like manipulate some RNG in Bowser's Keep, in such a way that makes the run significantly more consistent. So I'll explain exactly what happens after I do it, because there will be a cutscene. So like basically we're saving right now, and we're gonna enter the cutscene for taking that cloud to Bowser's Keep on an exact frame. So like all of this movement is like essentially frame exact movement. I mean, it's like designed to be easy to do in that way, but yeah. Okay. That's the only like tricky turn, like making that corner. So now I'm going to like exit the last text box of this cutscene when like one of the clouds in the background like lines up with a specific visual cue that I have. And when I do that, I'll be within a 7-frame window, and that will make, so like in Bowser's Keep, all right, I'm just gonna do the timing first before I do the explanation. Okay, so in Bowser's Keep, there are like 6 doors, and you have to beat 4 of them to move forward. But the doors are randomized. So 2 of the doors are battle doors. 2 of the doors are like platforming doors, and 2 of the doors are like puzzle doors, right? So like the battle doors are like by far the slowest, because you have to do like 16 battles each, and they're like minutes slower than the other ones. So like before you had to like essentially like if you got a battle door, you'd have to like intentionally game over, and then like start back at the doors and like basically hope that you don't get another battle door. This is near the end, yeah. So by doing that RNG manip, I know exactly what door is where, or as long as I didn't mess it up, I know exactly what door is where, so I don't have to like do that trial and error process. So there's kind of like a flow chart. First I go in door 5, and then based on what's in door 5, I choose my path. Jump over these dudes. Those dudes are a little tricky to jump over. Okay, so here's where the doors are. So first we go in door 5, and if we get I did a cutscene by accident. It's fine. It's just like it's only like 5 seconds. It's not a big deal.
No worries.
Maybe like 8, whatever. So I go in door 5, and I got this door, which is correct. So I know for a fact that I did it correctly. This is the only part you have to like memorize Japanese characters for, because it's just a straight up quiz, and like you just have to like memorize which answer is correct. Oh no, okay, it's fine, it's fine. One more. All right, we're good. I think that one was the 3rd one, but I have no idea what any of them say. It's just like pure like symbol recognition, like memorizing which line corresponds to the correct answer. For this one, it's just like counting the number of barrels. So this one's 15. This is really easy once you've like done it a million times. And this is just like a bigger version of that one. Everyone has their own like tactic. I just know that like the main area for this is 35, because there's 1 barrel missing, and it's like 3 by 4 by 3. And then so that's 35, and then like the front area is 5 and the top area is 4, so it's 44. But like different people have different strategies for how to count them quickly. 44. Make sure I don't accidentally select the wrong thing, trying to go super fast. And this is I guess like this one is a little bit of like memorization too. It's another like it's like a puzzle, and it's like I just know that one is 3, that one is 4, and that one is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're good.
It's legit a quiz when you're Japanese.
Yep.
You
So
memorize.
now I go into door 6. So in this game, it's just like the game 221. I don't know if you guys ever like played that before. It's just the person who takes like the 21st coin loses.
Yeah.
So there's like a known strategy for how to do it. Technically, it's unwinnable if he does the exact right thing, but what he does is random. So almost never do you get that pattern. I think it's happened to me once ever. This is another like one where if you like know the strat, it's easy. You just have to push everything down. And this is another common puzzle game that you may have seen. You have to like, you have to like hop the balls over each other until there's only one left. It's another, I mean, yeah, it's hard to do if you don't know it, but if you have it memorized, I mean, it's just executing it quickly. Next I go in door 3.
Nice.
Okay. Then it'll be door 2 after this. That was slow. We end up getting 2 more fire bombs for the final boss in this area, so this is one of them. It's actually a pretty like recent strat too. It was like discovered pretty recently that there's a way to do a kind of like a gamble on the ooh, so you can like like walk around that guy, but that one is actually like frame perfect. You have to be on like the very edge of the platform to walk around him. It doesn't really, it saves a couple seconds. Like if you walk into him, he just like does like an angry animation and just like moves out of the way, but you can skip the animation by just walking around him. Right. Oh shit, I knew that was gonna happen. I got bad luck there. Yeah, he was hiding behind that area. I kind of had a feeling since I didn't see him out in the other spot, but yeah. So like right there, if you hold down when you jump off of that, okay, so this is like a really like ridiculous thing that was recently discovered. If you hold down when you jump off of that like cannonball thing, it sets some like value in like the RAM of the game that lets you like skip, like do a small skip like later on. So like later on, there's this area where like you can like easily like fall off of the like map, and it's supposed to put you back at the last spot that like the, okay, how do I explain this like succinctly? Like basically it's like a snaking map, and like once you hit like an invisible checkpoint, if you fall off, you just like fall or spawn back at that checkpoint, right? So like it's basically to make it so that you don't have to like redo the whole thing if you like fall off every single time, right? Like if you make it like a quarter of the way, you're spawned back a quarter of the way there, right? So you actually have to hit like kind of an invisible like trigger in order to like start that sequence. And if you skip that trigger and like are holding down when you jump off of that cannonball, if you fall off at the beginning, you are placed back at the end.
Oh, wow.
So
That is insane.
someone randomly figured that out. I think by luck. Like it was like literally like luck. Like normally if you fall off at the beginning, you're put back at the beginning, but he fell off at the beginning and was put back at the end. And then no one had ever seen that happen before. So then we like investigated all of the stuff that happened in his run and found a few of these things where like the same like spot in memory is used for different values, and it turned out that you could like manipulate that by like holding down when you jump off of that cannonball. So we do it now. I think I did it right. It's kind of tricky to actually hold down on it and then jump off, and then still like land on the correct platform. So hopefully I did it. But if I didn't, we'll know because I won't be placed at the end. But if we did, then it'll be cool. It's like an 8-second time save. Pretty fun stuff. All right, here's a menu here. Gotta remember. So there are like a lot of like menus that can really hurt if you like if you forget them here. So I need to keep my wits about me. Okay. We do 47 super jumps on this guy. But if you drop, you barely lose time, so it's not a big deal. First we do a jump, then we boost Mario, and then we defend, so that Mario's boosted for his super jumps. So a regular jump should be around, ooh, I mistimed it. So I'll do maybe like 52 or so to like just ensure. Also, I have to do a few extra because I accidentally took, on one of like the level ups, I increased his attack instead of his special, so maybe I'll do like 55. I dropped. It's okay. I was 16. So like the first jump counts as like 7. So I can start at like essentially 23 here. Maybe 54 should be enough. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this guy's a big crybaby too. He's like the enemy version of Mallow. He's like, I tried so hard to beat you, Mario. He essentially commits like seppuku here. He cuts down his chandelier and falls to his doom. Bible thump. Everyone Bible thump in the chat. I don't know if we have enough awake people to do so, but lay down a Bible thump for poor Boomer. He tried his best. He tried his hardest, but the 55 super jumps were just too much for him to handle. So that big sword that we saw in Bowser's Keep at the very beginning of the game, this is our time to actually defeat it and then enter the like more secluded part of the final boss's lair. So there's actually a trick we can do to make this fight like trivial. So like the only thing that matters in this fight is the hilt of the sword, and to hurt it we have to take out one of the eyes. So we'll do that now, and then we'll use this special attack that Gino has that does 9,999 damage. So you're not supposed to be able to use it on bosses. It's supposed to be just a thing you can only use on regular enemies. But for some reason, you can use it on this boss. And very few people casually know that. Obviously, it's an integral part of the speedrun, but yeah. So I talked about like experience a little bit earlier. The one place where experience will hurt is like Bowser's not going to level up here. If he did, then if we get a really bad pattern on the next boss, Bowser would still live. And now if we end up getting that pattern, Bowser will die. It's basically one of the attacks that the enemy can do is called Dark Star, and if Bowser were to level up here, he'd live with 1 HP if that attack hits him, but now he'll die. It's not the end of the world. Move the mouse. It's not the end of the world, but we'll hopefully not get that pattern in the first place, but we'll see. Let's go. Let's do this. So yeah, this is pretty much like the final area of the game. There's a lot of cool platforming. a few places where if you like mess up the platforming, it really hurts. It really hurts you. Like if you hit one of the enemies, like I guess I'll just like mention it when it happens. But there's a few enemies where if you hit, you can like not game over, but like you can lose a ton of time. Okay, so my like other contribution to like the like route of this game is like the strat for this boss. I had like one too many like really unpleasant like RNG experiences with this boss, and like decided I wanted to make it a little bit more consistent. So I basically like previously you used like Geno Blast with Peach for this boss, but I like changed it to using Ultra Jumps with Mario, and it turns out to work a lot better this way. You do have to throw an extra rock candy, but it just like the amount of time you save and how much more consistent it is just makes it super worth. So Geno died, which is really bad. We got 2 Dark Stars. Hopefully this one hits Mario. If it hits Bowser, then it's really bad luck. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we're okay.
The air condition is off for now, so
That's
have to aid.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So we throw another rock candy here. Oh, I should have done more super jumps there. That's okay. Hopefully, oh god. Actually, I really should have super jumped more there. I think we'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick up Bowser and then use the rock candy with Bowser. I think this will be alright. I really should have done more more ultra jumps with Mario. That's the strat I was intending to do, and I didn't register that that's what I should be doing. So actually, yeah, this is fine. He heals himself there. I'll use Bowser's turn to heal Mario, and then Mario will be able to live through a number of extra turns. So that was a little bit slow, but well, we made it. Yeah. Yeah. We made it. So yeah, like normally I'd like to have him dead many turns ago, but so like if like Geno and Bowser both live through the first turn, then you don't have then you're able to throw all 3 rock candies after turn 2, and the 2 like bells are already dead by that turn. Since like Geno did not like live through the first turn, we can only throw 1 rock candy, and in that case you should ultra jump more with Mario to basically account for that. I did not do that. There's a tricky jump here. It's harder than it looks. Yeah. Okay, so here's where if I fall off here, I should end up at the end of this area. Yep, it worked. Nice. Okay, here's where the enemy encounters can be really bad. That's not too tough if you've done it a billion times, but especially when you're an earlier stage runner of this game, it can be painful for sure. $37, $812. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what I know I need to do extra jumps on. All right, I have to like actually think about like because I did like the wrong like level up strat for Mario, where I have to do extra jumps. I think it changes this fight too. I'm just gonna do like 2 or 3 extra jumps for every fight. It's just yeah, it sucks to like realize that like the dude's not actually dead when you wanted him to be dead. Okay, so yeah, we do like 64 on not on this dude. On this dude we do like physicals, but after you beat them, they like back up and there's a giant snake, and then you have to do super jumps on the snake. Coffee's really helping out. Alright. This guy has really strong attacks. Okay.
You have 40, 60.
I think I can. I did 65. Like normally you only have to do like 64, but I had to do a couple extra because of the bad like level up stuff. But it was like so little that like just an attack from Gino was enough, so it's fine. All right, sick. This. Okay, menu done. So now there's like a number of bosses in a row. Most of them aren't an issue. Like they're like we just use like very like simple strategies to beat them, like just regular attacking or doing Geno Blast with Peach, which there's no special timing for. It's very easy. So there's a little bit of a rest here until the final boss. The only stressful one is we have to do like super jumps on one of them, and like normally it would be very stressful because like dropping there does cost a lot of time, but it's not like a game over potential issue, so I'm not too worried right now. It's only 39 too, so it's not that bad. And then like basically like the final boss is like a super jump like frenzy. It's like 280 something total super jumps, and like dropping loses a ton of time. So like the end of this game on pace is so nerve-wracking, man. It's like you have to nail so many jumps in a row and you're super nervous. You have to be in that situation so many times until you're comfortable with that situation. You definitely want to save before that, like for a marathon, because if you like totally beef the super jumps, it can definitely be a game over. There's also a moment here where like Toad comes. It's like Toad followed you and was like, I think you might need some items, Mario. And it's supposed to be kind of a joke that it's like, how the heck did you make it all the way here? And he's like, Princess Peach, what are you doing here? Because like technically Princess Peach snuck out to come with Mario. Like she was supposed to stay back at the castle when you like returned her, but then she like snuck out on her parasol. So we're gonna buy a few items. Just like I would normally not do that because even having to use items is gonna mean that you did poorly, but let's finish the run. Let's finish. Let's not we made it this far. We're almost there. I'm wondering if this is gonna be sub 3. I can't really tell. I'm not used to I usually have my splits. So I'm relying on that for timing stuff, but alright, after this I need to remember to do the menu. I think I should be sub 3, on pace for sub 3. Okay, don't forget the menu, don't forget the menu. Actually, like forgetting the menu after this fight has killed a decent number of like really good runs. Not necessarily like by me, but I mean, at least one by me, but many by others too, like including like the world record holder. Like imagine being on pace for like world record here and then literally just forgetting the menu, entering the next fight and like everything's wrong and you're just like, oh no. So painful. This is the one dude I have to super jump on. And then after that there's like the guy after this is the one where there are like 8 different strats, so I'll have to like look up which one I need to do. Okay. I didn't do it. I'm just gonna defend. This is really slow. It sucks. Doesn't bode well for the final boss. Actually, a jump there is slightly stronger than doing one super jump. Rock candy. Okay, I think I have a 1-1. I don't have any special bombs. So like if you have a lot of bomb freebies, oh, I got a rock candy freebie. So I think it's still 1-1. I'll look in the menu. It's either 1-1 or 1-2. It's like basically like depending on your bomb freebies, you can do a faster or slower strat on this next guy. Makes a decent difference, but we're gonna save. So like the reason that we walk down there is that it makes the camera pan faster. There's a few situations like that in the game. I didn't like mention them, the earlier ones, but we have 2 rock candies. So always Sleepy Bomb first. One-time boost Peach. Ice Bomb, jump on Gun Yolk. We use jump because it doesn't wake them up. I could actually be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's why. I think like the physicals wake them up, but the specials don't. Then we Shocker Gun Yolk. That dude's name is Gun Yolk. Attack Factory Chief. And if I didn't mess up any of my timings, this should kill. Where are we at? Okay, we're good. Alright. This is it. Basically the end here. Yep, the final boss. Let's do this. It's not too bad on time. This can definitely be sub 3 hours, which isn't bad at all. Oh yeah, I actually was supposed to do more jumps on the director, Jish. More than 39. It ended up not mattering because I did a regular jump, which counts for like more than 7. But yeah, you're actually right. Like because actually I have to do more on Smithy too. I think it's like 3 extra, but I'm gonna do maybe 5 extra if I can manage to. I have a fright bomb, so I will do either 84 or 85, I guess. Normally 79 or 80, but okay. And it will be, actually that's right on the border, I think. It's gonna end up being a perfect kill. Friend. Yeah. So we'll do 84. Technically, that would be a perfect kill if I had done the right level ups. That should be enough. I really hope it's enough. It would suck so much if it was like I didn't do enough super jumps. Okay, right palm. Yeah, we're good. Sick. Nailed him. So now, like depending on the strat, I either have to do 130 or around 200 on the final boss. So like, how the final boss works is he like transforms between like a few different like forms basically, and you basically do 2 turns because after like the second turn he always transforms. If he transforms into a specific form, like they're called heads because his head is what changes. If he transforms into like chest head, you can do a strat with the fire bombs. It's actually faster. But if he doesn't transform, then we have to just finish him off with super jumps. So, and then of course, if you don't land the super jumps, then he can transform somewhat randomly based on how much health he has left. And in the worst case, you can get pretty screwed. So, hope for the good jumps. So yeah, this is a pretty messed up boss. It's pretty. Okay, hoping for 100. It's okay, it's okay. Just means we need 100 on the next turn. It's okay, everything's fine. That actually happens more than I'd like to admit. Everything's fine. Okay, that's good.
Oh my god, that was like 101.
I'm gonna heal Mario actually, just in case. Even though that's a lot, that's definitely not what I would do on pace. So if he transforms here, then I won't be able to kill him super fast, but it'll make everything a lot easier. Okay, he didn't, so now I just have to finish him off with super jumps. I think around 80 should be good. A shocker from Peach will finish it for sure. Oh no, but Peach is dead.
Oh no.
It's okay, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry, don't worry. He's done. He's done. We're fine. Done. So it's gonna be like a 2:59, I think. It's not bad for a marathon. Whew. I think it's 11:30, so around 2:59 flat. Nice. It's gonna stop after the credits, so like we actually like. Yeah, it's old school timing. Sub 3, not bad. That was a decent finish. I'm not sure how many super jumps I needed. I might have been able to kill him with a firebomb with Geno. I was probably really close. I miscalculated slightly. I'm exhausted. Long day. The day's not over for us though, because there's a lot of stuff to pack up. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Actually, like without the RNG minute screw ups for Knife Guy Great Guy, that would have been maybe like a 2:56. I think we do have more nuggets. There were a lot. But it sounds horrible right now. Oh, you threw. I didn't want them. I wanted to make a comment about how disgusting it sounded right now to eat those like cold nuggets from like 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stand up and stretch for a second. Thanks for watching, guys.
Now to stop the timer, right?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
but
stop it.
it's not for.
Alright, so yeah, this is gonna take about around 9 minutes. You know how to stop, right? Yeah. So timer will start when the D comes out, right? The D will come out, right? Or the D, yeah, the D comes out. No, at the end there's a D. Alright, so pretty much if there's anyone in chat, thanks for sticking by. We have been doing this for we've been doing this for about 20, 21, 22 hours, I guess. Got a lot of like issues coming into this marathon, but like yeah, made it happen. This is the first thing, the first time Singaporeans come together and do this thing. Thanks to the runners who have done their overestimates, right? Yeah, so it's Dice and Maple who've gone over estimates, but that's their first time anyways.
You did too.
No, I didn't.
7 seconds.
Oh yeah, by 7 seconds, I forgot. Nah, mine is like very little, and that's it. Nah, mine is little.
What a shameful.
Thanks to Mario friends. Who else? You, all the runners.
I mean, like, I think there was like 7 runners, 6 runners, and 22 hours of content. That's pretty good, right? Like, it's not like we don't have like one person doing a run for like a week. We have like 6 people doing runs for 22 hours straight. So that's like, and also we did all the setup ourselves, like all of the equipment. I mean, there was a little bit of like equipment here, but like all of the stream equipment, all of the like layout stuff was like Juhorse, right? You did all the like stuff in Photoshop. Yeah, all the planning and organizing, like finding the venue. It was very homegrown, right? We didn't have a large, basically like people who were like dedicated to doing all the setup and stuff. We did it ourselves. So like, I hope you guys appreciate it and enjoyed watching it. And we want to do more of these, right?
Yeah, we might.
I just want to like say, like, Juhorse is the reason why this happened, like straight up. Like, actually, like none of us would even know each other if it wasn't for Juhorse. Like, all of the runners, the reason why we have a community at all, and the reason why like we even know each other is because he like always like trolled the internet, posted stuff on Reddit, posted stuff on like he would go on speedrun.com and like look for like Singaporean people with like the Singapore flag, and then just like message them out of the blue, like. But that's awesome, right? Like that's why we did this, and that's why we like all know each other, and why there's a community. So.
Chuan who did it first. You have to thank Chuan who did it first as well, because he was the one who initiated the whole thing as well for the Reddit thing. I had to give a shout out to Bounty Arena as well, and give a shout out to Bounty Arena, and give a shout out to this one representative from Arden Collective, OC Sir Chong. I think he didn't come for yesterday, but like, if he's like listening to this thing, then yeah, like, legit thanks for the venue, thanks for the whole like sponsorship and stuff like that. Hopefully we can bring this like to a bigger venue or a bigger kind of like scene and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So I think.
Yeah. So, if there are still people like listening, it was kind of an interest. I can't, like my computer doesn't actually sleep. It's so weird that this is happening just now. It doesn't though. It just shuts off completely. Okay. Yeah, but it's I don't know. It's weird. I don't know exactly what the deal is. But anyway, like it was an interesting venue because it's like essentially public space. Like the viewing area is completely public. It's kind of like a cafe. So it's like a gaming lounge, but there's like a cafe in the front. So a lot of people like during the late afternoon, evening, just like randomly walk through. So we're hoping that some of them were interested, and a lot of them are gamers, obviously. So we're hoping that it will help like grow the scene a little bit because. Yeah, it's small right now, but obviously there's some interest. So, yeah, that's a cool thing about the venue. Even though it was a little bit tight and a little bit like hectic, a little bit to like set everything up, the exposure is cool that we were able to do it at this place. So, yeah. In the future, it would be nice to have a little bit more space, but I like the idea of it being public for that reason, like just to get people to see it and watch it who would not normally know about it.
Yeah, so we should thank all the runners though. Like thank to not you. I don't care about you. Thanks to I think the first few runners first, like the first runner, Dice, who's like right around here as well. He's just like near us. With the 4-hour Kingdom Hearts run. He was the first one who did it as well. And then we got my run, which was like 5 games. I don't know. I'm tired. I should have ran 5 games, but yeah, but I did it. It's so tiring though. But like, oh my God, don't. No. Yeah.
Speedrunning nugget hero of Singapore.
Yeah.
Speedrunning chicken nugget champion of Singapore.
Don't talk about that. Okay.
Dude, like actually, like the best game that he speedruns, like Juhorse's most impressive game and most renowned game would be Pepsi Man, I think. The Pepsi Man hero. It's true.
I didn't complete that, right? I didn't complete that. So, yeah. Oh my God, almost ABCs. It sucks ass. Yeah. Okay. Then we have Jack, who's a WC pro, who did what's the game called? Crash Team Racing. Yeah. That shit's great as well. Mario Friends, who did Celeste. I think he's like really good Celeste person. And then we got the marriage guy. That guy. Cyril Maple. No, we will tell you. Alright, so it's Cyril Maple, and also thanks to the guy who is right behind the camera. He came here wanting to support like the scene as well, but like he's also like a huge fan of mine as well. So
yeah, I heard he's gonna speedrun Undertale. That's what I heard. That's what he told me actually.
Maybe. Yeah. So And then we also had to thank like a few other people as well. Like we had to thank Lane and Gourmet. So Lane, both of them are female speedrunners of Singapore. One of them speedran Fury, and the other one is speedran Ori. And we could have done it like with much support without them. Yeah, and then we probably will want to bring this to a affiliate as well, with a few more community games, I guess, or community showcase, but we'll see about that. Well, we're still a growing community, anyways.
Yeah, I think like for the next like event or like marathon, I definitely want to organize like a fun event where we have like a Mario Kart tournament or like a Mario Party tournament or something like that. Like we need something, to Smash. But all right, me and Chuan are gonna like dominate you guys in Smash. Not gonna. It's not even gonna be fun. Maybe like Ultimate. Maybe Ultimate will be a little bit more fair. But if we play Melee or anything, it's gonna be really bad. But not gonna toot my own horn or anything, but no, but yeah, I think we should definitely do some more like fun, like casual stuff that like gets more people playing like multiplayer stuff. There's also like a retro gaming community in Singapore called Retro DNA, and maybe we'll do some kind of collaboration with them for one of the events in the future. I think it could be a good way to get more types of runs or like more types of content.
Yeah, I think it's about to stop. Yeah, I'll tell you when time's coming. When the D appears. So, and time. Woo!
It's like 2 feet on flat.
Yeah. All right, we should back up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you another time. Oh yeah, we have to host somebody.
A marathon going on called SNES Superstars for like Super.
Oh yeah, SNES Superstars. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Yeah, thanks for everything.